My colleague Andrew Kaczynski noted that back in January 2016, you wrote a rather scathing op-ed for FoxBusiness.com, clearly directed at Donald Trump, saying, among many other things, quote, unbridled demagoguery has driven the GOP to an inflection point from which there is no turning back, unquote. A lot of people, Anthony, will read that op-ed. They'll read the tweets that you spent the weekend deleting that were pro-gun control, pro-action on climate change, and they'll think, wow, this guy's willing to suppress everything he believes in order to get close to power.
Totally
what is your answer?
True.
What is your answer to that?
That's a ridiculous Washington sort of narrative, right? That is, number one, it's totally not true. Number two, all I'm doing by deleting the tweets is sending people a message. What I hate, here's what I hate about, I hate a lot of things about Washington, but we only have a 1-hour show. But let me tell you one of the things I really hate about Washington. We have this political purity test on policy. And so if I'm for something and then I'm against something, then all of a sudden I'm a hypocrite. Yet some of the greatest leaders known to mankind, Winston Churchill started out as a liberal and then he became a conservative. Ronald Reagan started out as a Democrat under FDR, and then he became a conservative. And so some of the smartest minds and some of the smartest political leaders have changed and evolved and adapted their opinions.
Yeah, but you evolved from thinking Donald Trump was a demagogue to thinking he wasn't a demagogue.
I didn't say that Donald Trump was a demagogue. Where does it say in that article that Donald Trump is a demagogue?
You were referring to demagoguery.
The
whole article.
I love you. Let me tell you something about demagoguery that I don't like. Okay. Demagoguery, okay, creates a lot of nonsense like this. Okay, so we're going to dial back all of that stuff, and we're going to focus on the agenda.
People should read the op-ed.
Read the op-ed.
And you're very clearly referring to Donald Trump because you refer to him. You refer to this person who's going to win the primaries, who's a populist, who experienced several bankruptcies, and you tie moral bankruptcy to Donald Trump.
Okay, Jake, you're doing a really good job on this, and so you're trying to nail me. You're going to play the gotcha thing with me right now. But it's fine, Jake. I don't care. You know who doesn't care? The president doesn't care. When I was with, first of all, I tried to back him early. He tweeted about that yesterday. He called me from Air Force One to remind me about that. He said he wasn't running at that time. I told him I had to back somebody, and then he's like, "What are you, like a horse race player?" I said, "Look, I'm involved in the political establishment. I'm going to back somebody." I chose Scott Walker. I actually met Scott Walker through Reince Priebus and Paul Ryan.
But this is back in January 2016 when Trump was in the race. This is right before the New Hampshire primary and the Iowa caucus.
I was supporting Scott Walker at the time. I'm a very competitive person. I have no problem being combative, okay? When Mr. Trump, then the candidate, the president, went after the hedge fund industry, that's when I hit back on him on Maria Bartiromo's show. We were laughing about it yesterday. If you guys want to bring up the fact that I was supporting another person in politics and then switch to the eventual Republican nominee, and now I'm working for the Republican nominee, and that makes me a hypocrite or dishonest.
I didn't call you a name.
Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to suggest by bringing this story up, I actually do not care. I love the president. I've gotten to know him unbelievably well over the last 18 months. He's a phenomenal fighter for the American people. I grew up in a middle-class family where we had a tight budget, and I have seen people come up to the president that are now struggling. And I'll say something to you on national TV that's embarrassing to me. I should have seen the economic desperation in the neighborhoods like the one I grew up in. I did not see it. Mr. Trump, then the candidate, saw it. He now has the opportunity in the mantle of the presidency to change it, and I'm going to be there with him trying to change it every step of the way. If I said some things about him when I was working for another candidate, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, I apologize for that. Can we move on off of that? I know you and I have moved on off of that. Jake hasn't moved on off of that, obviously, and that's okay, Jake. I don't care. But I'm going to be working for you, and I'm going to serve the American people, and we're going to get your agenda out into the heartland where it belongs, and we're going to turn this thing into a movement, a bigger movement than we have already.
I love how you're talking to one specific viewer right now, the most important audience that there is.
I like talking to him, but you know who else I'm talking to? The people I grew up with. And they get me, and they get him.
I grew up in a very similar neighborhood in Philadelphia.
He's going to win again. He's going to win again, Jake. He's going to win again. I'll bring a box of Kleenex over here to CNN.
We don't need Kleenex.
2020. He's going to win again, Jake. We're going to get this agenda prosecuted. He's going to win again.
Last question for you, Anthony, and you've been a good sport. You've been here all this morning.